If you have sent 1,000 applications for part-time jobs in France and got 0 replies, you are not unlucky. You are just doing it wrong and nobody told you the actual reason. We get this question every single week. Student messages, sometimes panicked, sometimes broken, saying the same thing. I applied everywhere, Indeed, LinkedIn, walked into shops, sent CVs to restaurants, nothing. And here's what's wild. Most of them are doing nothing technically wrong. They're just operating with completely wrong assumption about how the French job market works for international students. So today, we are not giving you the polished version. No top 10 tips, no just stay positive. We've been here for almost 2 years and we've gone through it. And we've watched dozens of our friends go through it. This video is the part-time job reality check we wish someone gave us before we landed here. So if you are already in France and stressed, this will make some sense of why. And if you are still in India planning to come, this will save you months of frustration. Hi, I'm Ramya and I have lived here for more than 2 years now. And in my YouTube channel, India to France, today I am sharing you experience about real life, real numbers and no filters at all. Quick context on why this video matters right now. The numbers of Indian students coming to France has gone up significantly over the past few years. Campus France has been pushing hard to attract Indian talent and the messaging out there makes it sound like once you land here, part-time work is just there for taking. Well, it isn't. What we are going to do in this video is we are not going to tell you which website to use. We are not giving you a CV template. We are not doing the walk into McDonald's with a smile. That's for part 2. This video is about why the system actually works, the way it does, and why most Indian students hit the wall at the very first 3 months. Once you understand the why, the how becomes way easier. So the part 2 is coming where we'll be breaking down the actual playbook and what worked for us and what we do differently. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Before we get into why you're not getting jobs, let's log this basics. Because half of the confusion start here. 1. You do not need a separate work permit. Your student visa, the VLSTS, already gives you the right to work. Once you validated it online and paid the validation tax, you are legal to work. Done. 2. You can work up to 964 hours per year. That's roughly around 20 hours a week if you spread it out or full-time during summer breaks. As of 2026, that's the official camp from Campus France. Cross it and you'll risk your titre de séjour renewal getting denied. 3. The minimum wages, SMIC as it's called. As of late 2025, it's 12.02 gross per hour. After social contributions, you take home around 9.50 euros net. So if you work around 20 hours a week at minimum wages, you're looking roughly around 800 to 900 euros net per month. Not 1500, not 2000, around 800 to 900-ish. Now sit with that number because most of your problems starts there. Quick one, drop in comments how many applications have you sent so far without a single reply. Just numbers. We read it, okay? Yes, France has English-speaking workplaces. Yes, big multinationals in Paris hire in English. But part-time jobs, cafe, restaurant, retail, supermarkets, boulangeries, these are local businesses. Their customers speak French. Their managers run in French. Their team, WhatsApp groups are in French. Why on earth would they hire someone who can't take an order or understand a complaint? When a manager looks at your CV and sees A1 French or French level not mentioned at all, they are not being racist. They are doing their own math. Hiring you means slower service, communication problem, and customer facing role going badly. They throw the CV. And here's the part that hurts. Even if you speak A2 or B1 French in your head, your CV needs to scream it. We'll cover that in part 2. Second one. Location matters more than people admit. Paris has volume, more cafes, more shops, more turnovers, and more international tourists as well. So there's slightly more tolerance for English speakers in the customer-facing role, especially in tourist zones. But Paris also has 10x the international students competing for those same jobs. So volume cuts both the ways. Toulouse, where we are right now, Smaller market, more French dominant, but also less competition from international students. And certain niches like English tutoring, aerospace adjacent gigs, or babysittings for expat families work well here. Lille, Lyon, Bordeaux, Montpellier, similar patterns. Smaller pond, but you have to know where to fish. The myth that Paris is easier is half the truth. It's easier for English speaking corporate works and tutoring. It's not easier for the standard student cafe gigs because everyone else has also moved there thinking it would be easier. Third, your CV is the problem and you don't know it. The Indian CV style, 2 pages, long career objectives, list of skills with no context. Photos or no photos, you don't know which one. Email addresses like angelpriya1997@gmail.com. We've done it all. Friend CVs are one pager. They have a photo, they have a clear structure, they list your French level explicitly. And here's the thing nobody tells you. If your CV is in English, when you're applying for a local French job, the manager doesn't even read it. They glance, they say English, they assume French is weak, and then they move on. Fourth one, and this is where the panic usually starts. Part-time work alone does not cover your life in France. Toulouse, monthly rent for a studio is around 700 euros, grocery 200 to 250 euros, transport around 40 euros, phone, internet, insurance 60 euros, going out even minimally 100 euros. You've already are at 900 to 1150 minimum. And we haven't even talked about the visa renewal fees, surprise medical cost, or going home for wedding. If you're earning 800 euros net from your part-time, you're underwater. Part-time work in France is not designed to fund your entire life. It's designed to supplement what you already have. Most students who survive comfortably either had savings, family support, scholarship, or a CAF housing subsidy, which is also being taken off now. We have covered the full cost of living breakdown in another video, and the link is up here somewhere. Watch it before you book your flights if you haven't yet already. And the last one. The mistakes we Indians make, which we see the pattern over and over. 1. Spray and pray. Send the same CV to 200 places, no customization, no follow-ups. 2. Only applying online. Indians love Indeed and LinkedIn, right? French part-time hiring still happens a lot in person. Walk-ins, paper CV, manager handshake. We'll show you exactly how in part 2. And third one, underestimating French. Putting beginner on your CV is basically writing, don't hire me. 4. Following up too aggressively or not at all. There's a French middle ground and most Indians miss it. 5. Applying in the wrong months. There's a season for this as well. Hiring spikes are real. Apply in the wrong window and your CV is just unread. Some of my experiences were when we initially came here, we did go to apply for some jobs and they rejected. And then we stopped looking for other jobs, thinking that, oh, anyways, they're not going to hire us. We wasted whole 1 year, which I do not suggest you to do. So go ahead, keep trying. Every week at least go try distributing your CV to 100 to 200 stores and you might get in luck. If I were you, I would update my CV, and whenever I go outside just for the strolling or just for meeting friends or people, on the way, I would still distribute my CV and be positive about it. The idea is to keep trying until you get that one yes. Quick filter, because not everyone watching this should even be worrying about part-time work yet. This video is for you if you're already in France or about to come to France. You're realistic about the language gap and you want to plan smart instead of panicking later. This will probably frustrate you if you come expecting France to feel like the US or UK in terms of English-friendly part-time jobs. It does not. Or if you're someone who thinks effort alone is enough. No. The system has rules and effort without strategy gets you nowhere here. And honestly, this isn't for you if you're looking for someone to tell you it'll be easy, it's not impossible. We did it. Plenty of others did it. But easy? No. Anyone selling you easy is selling you something unreal. One last thing. Some of you are watching this from India 6 months out from your move and you're starting to feel the weight of how much you don't know. If you want to actually sit down with us one-on-one and go through the specific situation, your background, your clarity, your budget, your timeline, we do offer that. It's a paid clarity conversation, no script, no sales, just real talks on your specific case. Link is in the description. Otherwise, part 2 of this series, where we break down the actual playbook for landing a job, and it is coming next week. So subscribe so you don't miss it. Part 2 will cover how to actually find a part-time job that nobody's posting online. The exact CV format that works for France. What to literally say when you walk into a store. English speaking jobs that exist beyond just bakeries and tutoring. And the timing strategy for when to apply. So see you in next one. Until then, bye.